Hey eBay sellers, it's Suzanne A. Wells and it's time for another sales update video. This is for the month of March 2018. And one of the reasons I do these follow-up videos is because I'm kind of on a quest to fight fake news about eBay reselling online. There's just a lot of stuff out there, and I know it's hard to know who to believe. So I like to give you as much information as possible to back up what I'm saying, because while I know I'm not the biggest, by far not the biggest, eBay seller, I have been doing this every day since 2003, and I'm not here to disappoint you, but I'm here to educate you about what is real and what really can be accomplished. So I've included some extra information on my sales so that you can investigate that yourself or know how to look at what you're seeing online to check it out and figure out what's real and what's not. So we're going to get started. I'm just showing you a few of my sales from my Atlanta Golf Shop store. I have two eBay stores, and one is a teaching store where I share information with you. The other is kept private. So I just want to be upfront with you and authentic and, share these numbers so that you know that this is a real thing that anybody can do. So the first item is this One World dress, size 2X. That's the reason I picked it up. It's a good brand, and the plus sizes do well. So I paid $2 for this. I took a best offer of $18. Profit was $13.66, and it took about 6 months to sell. Now, if you go over to watchcount.com and enter the item, the eBay item number, you will get this information about what the best offer was if it sold on best offer. So this is the part you can check on while you're researching completed listings. If it says it sold on best offer but the price is not displayed, you can go to the site and check that out. This also gives you, in a nutshell, the view count and the watch count. So I see a lot of you out there struggling with and paying a lot of attention to views and watchers, and it's just really not necessary. As you're going to see here, that it just takes one person to buy it. So don't get all hung up in watching those numbers and worried about your view count. Just keep listing your items, keep finding great items, listing them with good keywords, and be consistent. And sometimes things sell with 200 views, sometimes they sell with one. So don't worry about that. Anyway, this item had 80 views, and so there's that information. Next, this is a little item I couldn't resist picking up just because I thought it was unusual and cute. It was a Pier 1 Ladybug spatula. This was in the dollar bin at Goodwill. I took a best offer of $10. My profit was $8.41. Yes, I know that's not huge, but it was easy to sell and easy to ship and really cute and unique looking. And hey, $8 pays for a couple of gallons of gas, maybe like 2.5 gallons of gas. So, that was easy enough. And then here you go with the watch count information. The sold for down there for $10 and had 26 views and one watcher. Okay, this is a J. Crew tweed skirt that I showed in a video back in February of this year. I put this up for $39.02. It sold for full price in just a couple of weeks. I paid $6.35 for it at Goodwill. My profit on this item was $28.55. And so we can go to watch count there and you can see the information. It only had 57 views with one watcher. And I know I get more watchers on this store than maybe the average person because I'm putting it out there for everyone to look at, and people are watching things to see if it sells with no intention of buying it. So I'm fully aware of that. But On my other store, I get the same thing. I get watchers, and then people don't take action. So I can compare the two, and I that's why I have the other store, is to have a baseline to go by, because I'm just an average seller on that store. I don't have all the social media connected to it. Okay, the next item is a bathing suit. Now this sold on March 3rd, so still pretty much in the middle of winter. I paid $2 for this about a year ago. It sold on best offer of $18, and my profit was $14.36. So here we have the information on that. Sometimes on watch count it does not fill in the sold price, so this one did not, but I had 54 views on that item, and it does not give me any information on watchers, so I probably didn't have any. Okay, here we go with the Mr. Rogers mug. This was in a haul video back in February of 2018, and I thought this was just very unusual and interesting. It was brand new. It was $1.05 at Goodwill, sold for a best offer of $20. My profit was $17.98, and it took about a month to sell. And here's the information on watch count. So it had 3 watchers on it with 64 views. This is another item I had in that same video back in February of 2018, a J. Crew straw tote bag, beach bag type item. I paid $5.38 for this at Goodwill. It sold on best offer of $25, so my profit was $16.01. And I put this up for sale, and within 24 hours got an offer, so I just went ahead and took that to move it on out. And there you go with the sold for price on watch count. It had 19 views and 1 watcher. So 19 views is not all that many, so don't worry about those views. Here we've got an Eileen Fisher large Henley top. It's like a hoodie, and this was in my video back in, I think this was also in February, but you can go to my playlist of haul videos and just kind of match it up with which background I have. So I paid $6.35 for this at Goodwill. It sold on best offer of $35. My profit was $24.35, and it sold in about 2 weeks. And here's the information on watch count. I had 60 views on this item with no watchers. Okay, here's one I've had for a while, Anthropologie Odile pink skirt. I got this at my consignment store clearance sale. I say my store like I own it, but I don't. I just go there when they have their clearance times. And I paid $1.50 for this. It sold on best offer of $22, so profit was $18.62, and it sold in about 4 months. So here again, the price is not filled in on this one for some reason, but you can see the view count was 194. So I think this one was getting ready to end. It had been on a 30-day listing, and I was going to renew it. That's how I do my listings. So as it was moving to the top of ending soonest, and that must be why the views are so high. Anyway, I hope you're seeing a pattern here with best offer. I sell a lot on best offer, and if you're not offering it, it's the easiest way to increase your sales without having to do anything at all except go in and bulk edit and offer it. So I'll talk about that more in a minute. This was, oops, how do I get that off of there? This was for my church ministry that I help do their fundraising on eBay. We get donations, and then I sell them on eBay, and they get the money. So this was a nice Patagonia fleece jacket. So it was free. There was no cost. I priced it high on purpose just because it was still the middle of winter, and you never know what you're going to get. It sold on best offer of $75. The profit was $63.75, and it sold in about 2 weeks. So on these items that are donated for this church ministry, I don't tend to hold out for the highest price because it's a fundraiser, and they're happy with the $63.75. Somebody's getting a great deal, and I just kind of turn and burn on their stuff to keep the money going. So here we go on watch count with the back end information there where the sale price is shown. Had 25 views and no watchers. Here's another item that was from my haul video about a month ago, March or February of 2018. The Eileen Fisher hemp sweater. This was a long open front cardigan, and I had priced that at $49.02. I paid $6.35 for it. I took a best offer of $41.25, so my profit was $30.37, and it sold in about 2 weeks. So again, best offer. If I hadn't had best offer on all these things except one that you've seen so far, they wouldn't have sold. And here we are with the watch count information. You can see the sold price there. View count was 124 views with 4 watchers. So I'm sure some of that is irrelevant traffic, but you just have to take those views and watchers with a grain of salt because you don't really know. They just don't mean anything. Here we go with another one, fig and flower top. This I paid $3.18 for. It was new with tags. I priced it at $24.03. I took a best offer of $21.50. See, that price is like really close to the asking price. So I know a lot of you out there get irritated with low offers, but you got to take the bad with the good on best offer. You're going to get some good offers too. So when you shut down and say, I'm just not offering best offer because I don't like being insulted, you are getting in your own way. You are becoming your own obstacle. So just put best offer on there. I talked to a guy on the phone the other day who has, I think it was about 5,000 items in his store, and he did not do best offer because he didn't want to devalue his items, which I can totally understand. He sold a lot of collectibles, but all you have to do is go through and bulk edit and add best offer and see what you get. You are the decision maker. You don't have to accept them if you don't want to, but you can sell a whole lot more if you have it on there. Some people won't even look at an item unless it has best offer. They're just not even going to look at it. So you get filtered out immediately. So those of you out there that want to sell more, want to make more money, add best offer. If you don't have it, do not use auto decline, because as soon as you set a threshold for something, anything under that's going to be rejected. So let's say you have a $75 item, your lowest price is $50. If you get an offer for $49, it's going to be rejected. And you might want to take that. It just depends on what's happening. You don't know where you're going to be next week. Are you going to need that money in a week, in a month, in 6 months? Leave the door open to take offers because it sure is nice when they come in and you need them. Okay, so then we have the watch count information on this top. It had 42 views and 2 watchers, and they took an offer of $21.50. Okay, this item I sold in February, and it got returned, and so I sold it again. And it sold for more the second time. First time I think it sold for $30. I paid $6.35 for this. It sold on best offer for $35. My profit was $24.80, and it sold in about a week after I relisted it because it stays in your eBay folder, sold items folder, so you can access it. It stays there for 60 days. So when you get a return, you just pop it right back out there. And I didn't lose anything on this because buyer paid shipping. It was not a free shipping item. They paid to ship it back because it didn't fit. And so returns don't bother me at all. Okay, and so here we have again on watch count, the sold for information is not filled in, but the view count was 65 items and does not give us a watch count. Now this is an item I mentioned in my haul video earlier, I think it was last week, where it sold before I could even show it to you in the video. This brand is called Isabella Sinclair, and this is actually a dress. It looks like a nightgown, like a flannel nightgown, but this is kind of the style now, this flannel nightgown. The ladies are wearing them as dresses. So I paid $7.40 for this. It's sold on best offer for $55. My profit was $41.40. Actually, it actually sold in 12 hours, not a week, so that's incorrect. But anyway, fast enough. It sold just about as soon as I listed it. And so I accepted a best offer of $55. So here we go. You can see here the start time was Tuesday, March 13th, end time was Wednesday, March 14th. So you can see that it really did sell that quickly. The view count was 6, so figure that out. The Anthropologie skirt, the Odile skirt, had 194 views on it. This one only had 6, and it sold for a really good price. So somebody probably had an alert set up on this, and they were notified when this brand was listed, because there's not a whole lot of it on eBay, which is one reason I picked it up. Okay, this was a Lily Pulitzer top, and I showed this in my haul video back in January of 2018. And while I was showing it, some of you mentioned that you saw a little stain on the front, which I did not see before I bought it. So thanks for letting me know about that. It took me forever to get this listed. I just kind of put it aside and tried to work on the stain, and it wouldn't come out. So I just went ahead and listed it anyway with the defect. I paid $3.18 for this. It sold on best offer for $18. Profit was $13.88, and it sold in 1 day. And here's what I put in the listing. You still can't hardly see the stain here. It's like right here under the 1 on the measuring tape. But I put it in my condition notes at the top: good use condition, small faint stain on lower front. And then in my description I also put that again, so it's all over the listing that it is not perfect, and that doesn't matter. And if you looked at watch count here, you'll see the offer I took of $18. View count was 10. Start time was Sunday, March 25th. End time was Monday the 26th. I mean, it sold in like 12 hours. So another reason to A, get that stuff listed. B, if it's damaged and a good brand, it doesn't matter. List it anyway. Somebody might want it. Somebody probably bought this, maybe to work in the yard or to throw on over their tennis clothes or whatever. And they don't care about the little stain. So things don't have to be perfect. eBay is not for perfectionists. So sometimes you just got to wing it and let it go and see what happens. Okay, this is a Liz Claiborne skirt. The reason I bought this was because it was a interesting crochet, sort of gypsy bohemian look to it. It was a 1X, which is good, plus size. It's black, so it's versatile and it goes with a lot of things. It was stretch, that always helps. It was half price at Goodwill. I paid $3.18 for it. It sold on best offer of $20. My profit was $14.32. It sold in about 3 months. So when you see here the start time and the end time on watch count, and I say 3 months, I have my listings on 30 days and they end, and then I do a sell similar and I fine-tune the keywords, maybe move the price around a little bit, do something to freshen it up and start it over. So this one says the start time was February 28th. The end time was March 26th. So it was probably moving up in the rankings on eBay of ending soonest. And you'll see that a lot when you do the 30-day listings, that you get a little bump in search when it's about to end. So, just wait for it to go through the cycle because it might sell right there at the end. This had 51 views on it and 1 watcher. Okay, I found this cute pillow. It's a Justice Store for Girls pillow. I was tempted to keep it because it has my initial on it, but I sold it. I paid $1 for this at a church thrift store. Sold on best offer of $20. Profit was $19.54, and it took about 6 months to sell. And so here we go. Oh, it sold for $19.93, so a few cents off there. This had 10 views on it and one watcher. And let's see, it started on the 22nd of March, ended March 30th. But again, it had been out there for a while, being rolled over a few times. So just shows you, you know, I've got things that sold with one view and things that sold with 200. You just never know. Here's an item I got at the consignment store clearance for $1.50. A Chico's lace tunic. The upper back is all lace, so it was really interesting, unusual looking. Paid $1.50 for this, and what happened here was I got an offer on it in the middle of the night, and by the time I got up and got to work the next day, the item had already ended. So I messaged the person who made the offer and told them that I'm sorry I didn't get your offer in time. If you're still interested, I can list this for you at your offer price and you can just outright buy it. And she was like, oh, that'd be great. Yeah, you do that. So that's why on this you're seeing there's only 2 views. I know what's going on there because I relisted this specifically for someone who was going to buy it. And so her offer was $20, so that's what I listed it for. So back to this, profit on this item was $16.60, sold in one day, meaning I already had a buyer for it. Okay, so if we look at these items, and I just chose 16 items to show you, or else this video would just go on forever with every single item explaining it. But what I'm wanting to show you here is what the average person can do. I know a lot of you out there, you can't do hundreds of items a month. You just don't have the time, you don't have the energy, your lives are very busy, or you just don't want to put that much time into your eBay business, and that's totally fine. So if this was an average person that sold 16 items, average profit per item is $18.86 in this example. The profit is $301.84. And that's really a lot of money for some people. That is, your grocery bill for the month, or a car payment, or if you live in a big house, it could be your electric bill. I've had them that big down here in Georgia in the summer with the air conditioning. So you don't have to be slamming it and doing hundreds of items a day or thousands a month, and you can have your eBay business be any size you want. And my mission is to show you that you can do this just so it's manageable for you. That's the key, is make it manageable for your life. You've got kids, you've got a full-time job and kids, maybe you're a caregiver, maybe you work part-time, maybe you're hanging out at your career job to get your retirement, so you're just hanging in there for another couple of years. You can start this on the side and keep it going. And I've just gone back and forth with eBay since 2003. I've done a lot of different things. This is just one of my income streams. So that's my mission here on YouTube, is to show you that this can be any size you want. It can be whatever you need it to be. And you don't have to do it at the level where it just takes over your life and your home and everything like that. A lot of people don't want that, especially if you are getting to retirement age and you want to travel and you're going to be turning your store on and off while you travel. You want it to be there for you when you need it. So, okay, that being said, I do want to mention what this could be if you had a VA, eBay assistant, helping you with just this small example. I'll put the link to my virtual assistant service below this video so you can go read about that. But we are really helping a lot of people. So in this example, if you had these 16 items and you took the pictures and sent everything to us and we did the listing work for you, that would have cost you an additional $32. So because it's $2 an item. So your profit's going to drop to $269.84. So if you don't like the listing part, if it's if it's boring for you, or you're just not a sit at the computer all day kind of person. There's a lot of folks out there that just don't like doing that. And you have an established business, we can definitely help you. In fact, yesterday I sent out my 1000th invoice for the VA service, and that was just a huge milestone because that's the number of orders we've had since I started this. Really started going strong about a year ago. So that was a huge milestone that we've got this much business. People keep coming back, new people keep coming, and it's really working. So this is a very hands-on way that we can help you with your business. We can help you grow it faster. We can help you get all that backlog of stuff listed. And your job is to find stuff and take pictures of it and ship it when it sells. So if you're interested in that, I've got a link below the video. It's going to take you to this little questionnaire here where you can tell us a little bit about your business. I do want to stress that this service is designed for pickers, sellers who sell used vintage items sourced at thrift stores, garage sales, estate sales, consignment stores. We don't do copy and pasting from Amazon. We don't list high-end handbags and jewelry and really expensive stuff. We don't work with drop shippers. We don't do like automotive or specialty industrial items. This is specifically designed for the at-home eBay reseller who is a picker, because that's who I am, that's who my VAs are, and that's the business that we understand. So if you're looking to grow your business, check that out. I'll be happy to answer any questions. There's no commitment. You come and go as you want, and there's really no risk because we always stand by the work. So that being said, there's Mr. Rogers again. I hope this has been helpful, and I like to give you the backstory on these items as well as show you the process of what happens when it's listed. Don't worry about watchers and views. Just keep listing great items. The right person will find it. You've got to be patient with this business. Yes, you can find items that sell for $100, but that's not going to be every day or every time you go out thrifting. You're going to make your money on consistency, being dedicated to the business, over time. This is a marathon. It's not a sprint. So I would love your comments below on any of these items. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye.